So hi guys. So I'm with Frank Rance today.
Yes.
Now Frank is a legend in the world of hospitality, hotels in particular, not just here in Jamaica, but around the world. He is one of the first people behind the all-inclusive package. So when you go to a hotel and everything is there. So tell me a little bit about how that came about, Frank, when you had that idea for all-inclusive.
Yes, well, it was born out of a lot of scarcity that Jamaica experienced in the 70s. The prime minister was at the time flirting with socialism. There were a lot of shortages, and a menu in a hotel was a list of things you did not have. That's what a definition of a menu was.
Wow.
You didn't have a big variety of wines, you didn't have a big variety of food items, etc. So we had to go the all-inclusive route to put on the menus everything that was in season, rather than saying you had filet mignon and you could never deliver it, or you know escargot or whatever because you could never import it. So there were import restrictions on food items, limited menus, but whatever we harvested, whatever was in season, we put it towards the all-inclusive idea, and it was served in abundance. And it made the all-inclusive get around the restrictions and the shortages, and it became very popular.
So originally you had Club Med, who
Yes,
were who were doing it. You all, I believe, were working at the Hilton as a young exec.
yes, I was a young exec at Hilton. That's my training, conventional hotels, everything the conventional way. And I branched out to start the all-inclusive idea, which was, in a way, a pattern of Club Med's formula. Everything complete with plastic beads as used as currency and this kind of thing. That's how we started out. And then we went further, got rid of the plastic beads and the tokenism, as it were, and we put everything included: water sports, food, liquor, top shelf liquor, cigarettes, everything was now included.
Wow.
And that became the true all inclusive and set the standard for everybody else who is now involved with it, including the major chains like Marriott, Hyatt, Hilton, whatever. They've all gone all inclusive, albeit 50 years after the horse went through the gate.
So yeah, we recently. I mean, you were showing me an article how Marriott, like you said, the big chains, Hilton, are now starting to jump on where they
Yes.
only had one hotel that was doing that. They now have 30. I mean, what? How do you feel about that? Because that's competition for
Well,
you.
when the tide rises, all the boats go up. It means we have to get better at it. Although we were the founders, we can't rest on our laurels. We have to get better and better and better at it. So, the prediction for all inclusives is that it will become more and more luxury items included. It will go to a higher standard, and that will benefit everyone. Will benefit the traveler, will benefit because it will result in greater guest satisfaction. And the all-inclusive idea rewards tour operators and travel agents because they're getting commissions now on the total spend. They never used to get commission on a guest who's buying bar drinks or buying a la carte food or whatever. But now, with everything included, the tour operator gets a percentage of that and the travel agent. So
Right.
it bodes well for every level of the travel chain.
So it wins. So we're coming out of what was probably one of the most difficult times for the industry in terms of the pandemic.
Yes.
How have things been since then, and what do you kind of foresee in terms of Jamaica's investment potential for these big chains in future? I mean, it's two questions there, I suppose.
Yeah,
But
well, there are 8,000 hotel rooms to come on stream in the next 5 years in Jamaica. So there's a bit of a building boom. The present hotels, because of the COVID 3-year lapse, The present hotels are busy refurbishing, reinventing themselves, making themselves more relevant, putting in luxury items, this kind of thing. Everybody has been caught napping because they never expected the rebound would have been so nice. So everybody's busy refurbishing, everything, and there are new hotels coming on stream. Everybody's cashing in on this wave that has been dormant for the last 3, 4 years.
As a businessman here, and someone that's done business here for a long time, would you say this is currently the best time it's been in a long time to do business in Jamaica?
That's correct. The business confidence that they showed a slight dip of about 5% in relation to pre-COVID, but all in all, it's a very positive time for the hotel industry and for Jamaica in general, and the Caribbean.
What's your biggest fears? Another pandemic? Another? I mean, what would your biggest concerns?
Climate change. We don't know what's going to happen when we see such vast um, weather changes and weather patterns, like in California recently, what they call atmospheric rivers, very high rain, earthquakes in the region, whatever. So I remain worried about that. That sea levels will rise and all this kind of thing. But on the other hand, with the advent of everything electric now and all that, it looks like man is ready to treat the earth in a better way. So there's that to consider. I'm worried about climate change and the vast weather changes, but alternatively, I see the less dependency on fossil fuels and all that as a plus, plus, plus.
I mean, finally, I mean, one of those, big polluters is obviously air travel,
Yes,
and you have a cost of living crisis as such in the UK and across the Western world with predominant travelers and people who use your services.
yes.
People are tightening, inflation, is going up. How concerned are you about that? Is the particular fact of people actually being able to afford from those countries to come here? I've actually noticed quite a lot of Jamaican tourists here in the last
Yes.
couple of days.
Yes, they are getting more affluent now. But air travel, I don't think the prices will increase. You have better planes for long haul. There's even talk of solar planes and EV, electrical planes for the future. So I think the pollution problem will be solved in the next decade. I think we'll go back to kind of pre 2000 levels.
Wow, you're very. That's a bold statement. It's very confident.
I think so. I think it will. And but no one can really predict what will happen to tsunamis and volcanoes and
Yeah,
earthquakes and
yeah,
all that. That is a little bit above my pay grade.
yeah.
But I feel all being well with catastrophes, we should be looking to a brighter future.
Yeah. And finally, Frank, you're in your late 70s, coming up to your late 70s. You've
Yes,
been in this game for well over 50 years.
yes.
And you're still running this beautiful resort in Runaway Bay. It's absolutely stunning. But I mean, personally for you, what keeps you motivated, and how long do you think you'll be keep
My,
running resorts like this for?
my guests. Yesterday, several guests came up to me who had been here, 4 years ago, 10 years ago, came up and said, "Hi, Frank, good to see you're still here." This morning, two ladies came up to me with their grandkids saying, "Frank, we're back." So that is what keeps me going. That's my fuel, my guest satisfaction, and my guest recognition.
Well, absolute pleasure speaking to Frank Rance, a legend in the hotel world, and
Yes.
one of the people that came up and expanded the all-inclusive model, especially here in Jamaica. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.